Hey y'all, it's Alex and welcome back to my channel. So, a couple weeks ago I saw Drawing with Waffles do a piece with her Sharpies, and that kind of inspired me because I haven't used my Sharpies for a piece since like 2017, and I kind of wanted to go back to using just some kind of chill, cheaper supplies. I'm trying to give my Copics a little bit of a break right now. And before I get too far into it, I apologize for the weird black cord that's just kind of like hanging into the frame. I tried recording live audio for this, but my phone was not cooperating at all. So going into this piece, I was looking at all of the colors I have over on the side, and I was like, I want to do a stained glass window. I want to do like a majestic tapestry, something mythologic in some way, shape, or form. But it ended up just devolving into like an illustration that would go along with like a little bit of text on like an opposite page or something like that. But I ended up drawing a giant woman, and she's walking through these hills that are covered in like a destroyed town, and I contemplated having it be like a freshly destroyed town, but in the end I went for like this town has been in ruin for a long time, and giants live longer than humans in this world apparently. So maybe she was raised by the humans in this village and she went away for whatever reason, and now she's coming back and everything is destroyed. And it's really sad. I don't know. What is the world without a little bit of angst, right? Also, I'm sorry that the line art phase of this is a little bit out of focus. It's not like the video quality, it's just that it was trying to focus on the cord that sometimes appears in frame, and I didn't realize that until afterwards. So bear with me, this will be the last time that I will be doing that because there was a weird high-pitched whine throughout that part. But it's the same microphone that I'm using literally right now as I'm speaking, so I need to finagle around with that. I'm pretty sure it's just my phone having problems. I kind of didn't know where to go with this design, so I just kind of followed my average fantasy race, military style outfit, slightly pointed ears. And now we're in focus, so hallelujah. But I do think making her a Cyclops was an interesting choice. I did enjoy that. My favorite part of lining this piece was actually making this small church. There's a YouTube channel I've been watching a whole lot of. I think it's Black Magic Crafts, and I'll link him down below, but he does a lot of building Dungeons & Dragons miniatures, and because of watching his content, I have more of a reference in mind for how to build stone texture and so on and so forth. So I thought it was really cool that watching that channel in my free time helped me replicate that kind of texture or that kind of skill within my own work, if that kind of makes sense. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it feels like it doesn't make sense, but there's definitely a lot of inspiration from his work in the building of that church that she's holding. Also, I don't know why she's holding the church, like maybe it's a sentimental thing, maybe there are people still inside of it that she's going to be carrying to somewhere else that's more prosperous, though with all of the trees, it doesn't look like this place isn't prosperous. I don't know a lot of the reasoning behind what I did. All I know is I think it actually looks really cool, and it worked out in the end, so yay. When it finally came time to color this piece, I knew, like, going into it, the only color I could possibly use for the skin tone was this light tan. And first thing I did was smudge my line art. It's really obvious when you pull back, because it looks like she just has a mustache. But I just kind of went on with it. I have had this happen a couple of times with my Sharpies in the past, so it sucks that it's on the face, but we'll live. And my second favorite color in this entire set of markers is this mustardy yellow, so I really wanted to use that for her coat. And then when it came to the rest of the colors, I was like, well, now what? I don't want to use green now that I've used this mustard yellow, because I think they look absolutely awful together. I don't want to use blues for the background because we're in a forest. That doesn't make any sense. So I was very nervous about how I was going to go about making this piece. Since I'd already made her boots brown, I didn't want to also make her hair brown, but that left only red for the acceptable colors that I could possibly make her hair, because who the heck pairs a mustard yellow outfit with, like, bright green hair, or bright blue hair, or pink, or literally any of the colors that I had sitting right there. So the idea of having this stained glass window with a bunch of pretty things went right out the window, and I proceeded to only use, let's see, there's the black, the gray, the red, a couple of the oranges, I think both of the oranges, one yellow, both of the yellows, and a blue. I tried incorporating the magenta pink into the sunset, but I decided that it would be a little bit too out of place. The sunset is probably my favorite part of this entire piece, because, like, you have that symbolism of she's walking into the sunset of the life of this village. Like, the sun is setting on the time of which this village had people living in it. I don't know if that's, like, the right way to say it. And, oh look, in the background you can see me turning them into the Cheeto Mountains. I had no idea what color to go with for those mountains. I should have gone with just gray and black, but I wanted it to be a little bit more colorful than that, so those are officially the Cheeto Mountains. You could also call them the Dorito Mountains if you'd prefer. It's more of a regional thing to call it the Cheeto Mountains. I find it so ridiculously hilarious that of all of the colors that I have sitting here, I picked only the warm ones. I feel like that's just very me at this point. I really love all of the small details I was able to get into that church, and while there is some smudging on her face, it still looks okay. It was oddly refreshing to go back to these utensils that I haven't used since easily 2017, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified about my future uploads, and check me out on my other social media handles. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.